So, unsere nächste Station war diesmal Northstar Military Figures, also wirklich wieder eine kleine und sehr feine Stätte für Tabletop Wargaming. Wir haben eine sehr detaillierte Führung bekommen. Diesmal konnten wir den Prozess des Gießens, vor allem von Metallfiguren, hautnah miterleben, bis hin zum kochend heißen Zinn. Ja, also das war schon toll. Die Firma ist hier in einem, auch ein bisschen in einem kleinen Versteck drinnen, und sie sind momentan im Prozess, dass sie dieses Lager und den ganzen Produktionsbereich in einen größeren Komplex bewegen, und deswegen gab es leider keine Möglichkeit drinnen zu filmen oder ein Interview zu machen. Wieder sehr herzlich. Was könnt ihr euch unter Northstar Military Figures vorstellen? Ja, das sind ja die Herren von Frostgrave, Stargrave, Rangers von Shadow Deep. Sie haben auch eine sehr umfangreiche historische Palette an Figuren, und sie haben auch zugekauft verschiedenste Sachen. Also hier kann man ganz viel Unterschiedliches auch sehen. Bis jetzt hat man da sonst immer eher aus dem Haus die Modelle da finden können, wenn man in den Shops war. Das ist hier jetzt ein bisschen breiter gestreut. Auch da haben wir einen Einblick bekommen, wie jetzt das Hobby hier läuft und wie das mit diesen lokalen Spielertreffs ausschaut. Das war ganz interessant, mit den Leuten zu sprechen. Und auch die goldene Frage wurde beantwortet: Tötet es die Freude am Hobby, wenn man jeden Tag beruflich damit zu tun hat? Und wir bekamen ein sehr klares Nein, es tötet die Freude nicht, macht weiterhin Spaß. Also auch das ist ein absoluter Tipp, wenn ihr da in diesem Bleigurt rund um Nottingham euch mal ein bisschen umschauen wollt. Eine wirklich nette Aufnahme, gute Beratung, eine sehr breite Palette, ganz eine tolle Sache. Schaut euch das mal an.
Hallo Leute, liebe Wulpertinger und Freunde, wir sind heute hier beim Barbershop. Ihr fragt sich sicher, was hat ein Barbershop mit Warhammer zu tun? Wir haben hier nämlich den Geoff, und der Geoff hat den erfolgreichen YouTube-Kanal The Painting Phase. And I will ask him a couple of questions about his channel, yeah? What was the idea behind the painting phase when it first started?
The idea behind the painting phase was two people who had lost their previous creative outlets and decided to come together. I used to have a movie podcast with a very good friend of mine who unfortunately moved back to Scotland. We tried it remotely. It didn't have the same vibe.
Yeah.
So it came to its natural end. And Pat, who started the painting phase with me, he had been a videographer for Games Workshop, and then had decided to move back into post-COVID, move back into doing more videography for weddings.
Yeah.
So he went into that. Well, he went, I really like Warhammer and I miss talking about it. And I was like, I really like movies and I miss talking about that. And I just like getting the message out and creating something that people can find. And the two things just sort of come together, and that was how the painting phase come to be, really.
And what sort of content do you mostly do on your channel?
We are mostly, although we're video, we are mostly like a podcast magazine sort of format. We mainly talk about up and coming releases, changes in what Games Workshop do, mostly from a 40k slab, but not entirely. We do sometimes look at other games. We have people into interviews, and not as much as we would like, but we also do, mainly through my partner in it, Pat, does hobby related things. He'll teach people all of the pros and cons of airbrushing and how we came around to designing an army for painting at large scale and things like that. So it's a little bit of hobby in there, but it's something we'd like to do more of going forward, is getting a bit more hobby involved in it. But mainly it's a magazine show, and we also, because we have a new host, well, relatively new host, who was Ross. Ross is very much embedded in the 3D printing side of the world. He has his own channel called Warhammer, and he always is printing weird and wonderful things to bring in for the show. We've got an entire armoury of Imperial weaponry now, and hammers and helmets and all different sorts of varieties of things. And he keeps us in the know with what's going on with regards to what you can and you can't, what you can and can't print, and different companies. And he's talked a lot about Trench Crusade, because that was quite a printable game. So so we've got a whole different range of variety of slants that we go with, really.
Yeah, very well. What are some star guests that you had on the show?
Oh, star guests on the show, we've had Bob Naismith, who is the man who sculpted the first ever Space Marine. We had Trisha Morrison, who was referred to as Queen of the Monsters, because she was a bit of a specialist in doing dragons and trolls and things like that. We've had numerous Golden Demon winners. And we've had some really interesting writers, games designers, you name it. Anybody's, and we've even down to the man who was responsible for inventing the Games Workshop mold line remover. We've had anybody and anything that's to do with the hobby we've had on the show.
So there's a large variety of videos and ideas.
Yeah, there really is. Yeah, we've got quite an extensive catalogue of people who've talked about a whole range of things. Even my best friend, who's not known in the hobby, but came on the show because he attended the first ever Golden Demon.
Yeah, wow.
So and he has the first Golden Demon T-shirt. To put that into perspective, how much he is as a man who collects memorabilia, he got the first ever Golden Demon T-shirt. Games Workshop only has one from the second year.
Yeah, okay.
So it gives you an idea.
Yeah,
so we've had him on, and that's a nice little thing. So real variety of people.
Yeah, thank you, Geoff.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, see you again for the next attractions of Nottingham.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.